किसनो कहिए नानका, किसनो कहिए नानका, किसनो कहिए नानका, किसनो कहिए नानका, सब किछ आपे आ, सब किछ आपे आ, किसनो कहिए नानका, किसनो कहिए नानका। आपे साजे करे आप, आपे साजे करे आप, जय पे राखे आप, जय पे राखे आप, जिस विच जन तिस विच जंत उपाय के देख ताप उताप देख ताप उताप जी किसनो कहिए नानका किसनो कहिए नानका कहिए नानका कहिए नानका किसनो कहिए नानका किसनो कहिए नानका नानका सब छापे आप सब किछ आपे आप बड़ी बड़कियां बनाइयां किछ कहना कहन न जाए सुख सकत करी देजिया रिजक समाए संगत पावनी तुर छोटी इन्ने पाए नरक किनारे और दूजी नाही जाए सो करे जित सिर जाए जाए शुद्ध वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
पौड़ी वडेकियां वडियाइयां किस कहना जाए सो करता कादिर करीम दे जियां रिजक समाए साई कार कमावनी तुर छोटी तिने पाए नानके की बाहरी होर दूजी नाई जाए सो करे जे तिसेर जाए सो करे जे तिसेर जाए शुद्ध
वड्डा तेरा दरबार सज्जा तुद तख्त सिर शागा पातशाह निगचल चौर छत पौड़ी वड्डी वड्डा पार तेरा मर्तबा रंग रंग अनेक जपन करतबा जिया अंदर दियो सब डाला सब किस तेरे वास तेरा करपना तेरे कर आनंद उदाय तुद कर मान मत तेज अपना आप कर सर्व कला भरपूर दिसै जग कता नानक दासन दास तुझे आगे बिनवता तेरा नाम सत गए श्री वाहेगुरु
पौड़ी वड्डे वड्डा पार तेरा मर्तबा रंग परंग अनेक ना जपन करतबा जिया अंदर जियो सब जान ला सब कुछ तेरे वस तेरा
धरती उड के धूड़ दे बने बदल जैसे चढ़े आकाश पतंग मियाँ शाह मुहम्मदा सिरां दी लाए बाजी नहीं मोड़दे सूर में अंग मियाँ। शाह मुहम्मद द्वारा लिखी गई कविता जंगनामा की इन लाइनों के साथ ही मैं आपका स्वागत करता हूं मेरे चैनल द वॉरियर्स लीजन में। सूरमाओं की इस श्रृंखला में आज हम बात करने जा रहे हैं सरदार शबेग सिंह और सरदार शहबाज सिंह के बारे में। सरदार शबेग सिंह फारसी बादशाह का एक अच्छा विद्वान और उच्च नैतिक चरित्र वाला इंसान था। उन्हें मुगल हुकूमत में काफी उच्च पदवी प्राप्त थी। जकरिया खान के राज के दौरान वो लाहौर में एक कोतवाल यानी के पुलिस अधिकारी थे और अपने कार्यकाल में उन्होंने अपने लोगों को शांति और सुरक्षा प्रदान की। अपने व्यवहार और दरियादिली के लिए लाहौर के निवासियों और जकरिया खान ने उन्हें काफी सम्मान दिया। यही कारण था कि सरदार शबेग सिंह को मुगल हुकूमत के दौरान कोई समस्या नहीं थी। हालांकि जकरिया खान सारे सिख समुदाय को ही खत्म कर देना चाहता था, लेकिन समय को कुछ और ही मंजूर था। इसी समय दौरान सरदार शबेग सिंह का प्रतिभाशाली पुत्र सरदार शहबाज सिंह काजी से फारसी भाषा पढ़ता था। जब वो युवक 18 साल का हुआ तो बड़ा ही प्रतिभाशाली और स्वस्थ युवक बन के उभरा। काजी सरदार शबेग सिंह के पुत्र सरदार शहबाज सिंह से बड़ा प्रभावित था। वो उसे इस्लाम धर्म में लाने की कोशिश करने लगा। काजी चाहता था कि सरदार शबेग सिंह का पुत्र अगर इस्लाम धर्म ग्रहण कर ले तो वो अपनी पुत्री की शादी उससे करते, लेकिन सरदार शहबाज सिंह पर काजी की इन नीतियों का कोई प्रभाव नहीं था। जब काजी को लगा कि ये किसी तरीके से नहीं मानने वाला तो काजी सरदार शहबाज सिंह को धमकियां देने लगा। उसने कहा कि वो सूबेदार से उसकी शिकायत करके उसे मरवा देगा, लेकिन अपने धर्म में पक्के सरदार के ऊपर इन मौत के डरावों का कोई असर नहीं था। काजी ने सूबेदार जकरिया खान से शिकायत की कि शहबाज सिंह ने पैगंबर मोहम्मद और कुरान की शिक्षाओं की तौहीन की है। गुरूर में अंधा और एहसान फरामोश जकरिया खान भूल गया सरदार सुबेग सिंह के उपकारों को। वो भूल गया कि किस तरह सरदार सुबेग सिंह ने कठिन परिस्थितियों में उसका साथ दिया था और उन दोनों पिता पुत्र को अलग अलग काल कोठरियों में कैद कर दिया। उन्हें न्याय मिलता, ऐसा नियम मुगल काल की न्याय व्यवस्था का नहीं था। पिता पुत्र को अलग अलग काल कोठरियों में रखा गया और शहबाज सिंह को ये बताया गया कि उसके पिता को मार दिया गया है और अगर वो अपना प्यारा यौवन बचाना चाहता है तो इस्लाम को स्वीकार कर ले। लेकिन दोनों पिता पुत्र पर सरकारी पिट्ठुओं के दुष्प्रचार का कोई असर नहीं था। वो अपने धर्म पर पक्के थे। वो गुरुबाणी पढ़ते और याद करते सिखों की उन शहादतों को जिन्होंने अपनी जानें वार दी थी, लेकिन दुश्मन की ईन नहीं मानी और प्रतीक्षा कर रहे थे उस समय की जो अवश्यंभावी था। अचानक जकरिया खान की मृत्यु हो गई और उसका पुत्र याहिया खान लाहौर का सूबेदार बना। वो सिखों के प्रति अपने पिता से भी ज्यादा आक्रामक था। उसने पिता पुत्र को दोनों में से एक रास्ता चुनने को कहा कि या तो इस्लाम स्वीकार कर लो या दर्दनाक मौत के लिए तैयार हो जाओ। लेकिन वो सिंह थे और उन्हें नहीं पता था कि डर क्या होता है। दोनों पिता पुत्र अपने धर्म पर अडोल थे। काजी को फतवा जारी करने का कहा गया। काजी ने दोनों बहादुर सिखों के लिए लोहे की चरखड़ियों के ऊपर मृत्यु का चुनाव किया। बिना एक क्षण उस मृत्यु के दर्द के बारे में सोचे याहिया खान ने काजी के फतवे को सहमति दे दी। दोनों पिता पुत्र को एक दूसरे के सामने चरखड़ियों पर बांध दिया गया। चरखड़ियां एक प्रकार के चक्र थी जिनके ऊपर नुकीली तेज धार वाली लोहे की कीलें लगी हुई थी। जैसे ही चक्कर घूमने शुरू हुए, लोहे के कीलों ने मांस काटना शुरू किया। सूरमाओं का रक्त शरीर से बहकर शरीरों को लाल करने लगा। काजी के आदेश से कुछ क्षण के लिए चक्कर रोक दिए गए। काजी ने उन बहादुर सिखों से फिर पूछा कि अपना मन बदल लो और अपनी जानें बचा लो। लेकिन दर्द जो लोहे की कीलें दे रही थी और खून जो शरीरों से बह रहा था सिंहों को विचलित ना कर सका और उनका जवाब था ना। चक्र फिर घूमने लगे और दोनों पिता पुत्र ने अपने जीवन का बलिदान कर दिया। वो लोग जो उस दृश्य को देख रहे थे वो हताश और निराश थे। उनकी आंखें नम थी। पिता पुत्र की शहादत की खबर जंगल की आग की तरह फैल गई। पास के जंगलों से सिखों की एक टुकड़ी ने लाहौर शहर पर आक्रमण कर दिया। उन्होंने निर्दयी मुगल शासकों को मौत के घाट उतार दिया और फिर जंगलों में ओझल हो गए।
वट जोदा बहु पारे उपकारी, दल भंजन गुर सूरमा। वट जोदा बहु पारे उपकारी, ਦੇਵ ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਜੋ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਦਿਹਾੜਾ ਹੈ, ਜੋਤੀ ਜੋ ਦਿਹਾੜਾ ਬੜੀ ਹੀ ਭਾਵਨਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮਨਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। ਪੰਜ ਪਿਆਲੇ ਪੰਜ ਪੀਰ ਸ਼ਕਮ ਪੀਰ ਬੈਠਾ ਗੁਰ ਭਾਰੀ ਪੰਜਨ ਗੁਰ ਸੂਰਮਾ ਵਟ ਜੋਦਾ ਬਹੁ ਪਰ ਉਪਕਾਰੀ ਦਲ ਪੰਜਨ ਗੁਰ ਸੂਰਮਾ ਵਟ ਜੋਦਾ ਬਹੁ ਪਰ ਉਪਕਾਰੀ ਵਟ ਜੋਦਾ ਬਹੁ ਪਰ ਉਪਕਾਰੀ ਵਟ ਜੋਦਾ ਬਹੁ ਪਰ ਉਪਕਾਰੀ
ਭਜਨ ਗੁਰ ਸੋ
ਦਲ ਭੰਜਨ ਗੁਰ ਸੂਰਮਾ ਵਡ ਜੋਗਾ ਬਹੁ ਪਾਰਿ ਉਪਕਾਰੀ ਪੁੱਛਣ ਸਿੱਖ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰ ਛੇ ਮਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੱਕ ਦਰਸ ਨਿਹਾਰੀ ਪੁੱਛਣ ਸਿੱਖ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰ ਛੇ ਮਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੱਕ ਦਰਸ ਨਿਹਾਰੀ ਵਡ ਜੋਦਾ ਬਹੁ ਪਰ ਉਪਕਾਰੀ 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 ਦਲ ਭੰਜਨ ਗੁਰ ਸੂਰਮਾ ਵਡ ਜੋਦਾ ਬਹੁ ਪਰ ਉਪਕਾਰੀ ਦਲ ਭੰਜਨ ਗੁਰ ਸੂਰਮਾ ਵਡ ਜੋਦਾ ਬਹੁ ਪਰ ਉਪਕਾਰੀ 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 ਦਲ ਭੰਜਨ ਗੁਰ ਸੂਰਮਾ ਵਡ ਜੋਦਾ ਬਹੁ ਪਰ ਉਪਕਾਰੀ ਦਲ ਭੰਜਨ ਗੁਰ ਸੂਰਮਾ ਵਡ ਜੋਦਾ ਬਹੁ ਪਰ ਉਪਕਾਰੀ
do you want to know where I did my last dose of heroin? Right outside the Gurdwara door, right? Yeah, that's where I did it. I'll give you one example by Amritpal Singh with Nashe Chhadan Wale, right? ਇੱਕ ਵੀਰ ਆਇਆ ਉੱਥੇ, ਉਹਨੇ 90 ਲੱਖ ਰੁਪਈਆ 3 ਕਿੱਲੇ ਆਪਦੇ 4 ਕਿੱਲੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਮੀਨ ਦੇ ਵੇਚ ਕੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਨਸ਼ਾ ਕੀਤਾ। ਕੱਲਾ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਸੀ 18 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਦਾ, right? The first day he came, ਸਾਰਾ ਸਰੀਰ ਕਾਲਾ ਸੁੱਕਿਆ ਪਿਆ, 17-18 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਉਮਰ ਸੀਗੀ। And I did his interview, so I want to share that. I'll put it up probably on YouTube a little bit later. He told me that he's like, the day before I came here, I stole an AC, air conditioning system from my house, from my own house, and I sold it and I did my last dose of heroin. And he's like, do you want to know where I did my last dose of heroin? Right outside the Gurdwara door, right? Like, that's where I did it. He came with his friends and he said, Bhai Saheb, mera bura haal hai, main mar jana, te mainu bacha lo. He snorted cocaine, he did meth, he did ice, he did everything, right? And he's like, mainu bacha lo. Bhai Saheb kehne bachana? Like, haan. Like, itthon nahi jana. Like, tere kare, Bhai Saheb, like, tere kare maa bhi mar jave, tu kare nahi jana. Hai na? That's what Bhai Saheb told him, right? He's like, that's the only way I can say, like, help you. Bhai Saheb, like, teri seva lagugi. Like, ki seva lagugi? Again, I said it was pode mahine, right? November, I was there in November when I started. He's like, ਤੂੰ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਉੱਠ ਕੇ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਸਿੰਘ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਗਰਮ ਕਰਨਾ। In India they have the geysers, but they get cold after a while, right? And when you have 250 Singhs, you can't just warm up water in a balti or something. ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡਾ ਕੜਾਹਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਉਹ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਪਾਣੀ ਗਰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਲਈ। And this Singh was given the ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਵਾਰੀ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬਾਲਣ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ, which is branches and twigs of wood, you have to get those branches and twigs of wood. You can cut them the night before or that day, right, and bring them here. You have to light a fire, put that large cauldron on top, and 250 balti pani di ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਉਣੀ ਆ ਤੇ ਹਰੇਕ ਸਿੰਘ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਗਰਮ ਕਰਕੇ ਦੇਣਾ। And you have to wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning. This is someone who's addicted to chitta, which is heroin. He's 18 years old. It's the cold months of November and December, right? He's not in Sikhi Swaroop, Jama Monna, and he's given this responsibility. For 2 months, every single day, he woke up at 2 a.m. By 3 a.m., the fire was on, the water was boiling. 8 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਉਹ ਪਾਣੀ ਗਰਮ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ, right? I saw this kid and I was like, I don't know a single person in the West, including me, who would do that seva. We're so comfortable in our lives. Right? And then I self-reflected. I'm like, does this guy have Sikhi inside of him, or do I have Sikhi inside of me? And that's when I put up a tweet, or no, I put up a post on Instagram one day saying Sikhi in the West is really watered down, and people who are in Sikhi Swaroop don't have as much Sikhi as people in India who might be addicted to drugs. I put a post up like that, and I got a lot of hate for that. And because this is what I saw there, I was completely shocked, right? Every single day I saw people doing seva like this. You can go to Darbar Sahib. That you can say that's an extreme example. You can go to Darbar Sahib. Jidi sab to okhi seva hundi hai, hai na? I've seen monne people doing that seva. Jama gare vich lipade hoye, going into ithe gand nikalda, right? Cleaning bathrooms. Sari raaj jithe prakarma cha ਜਲ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਜਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਛਬੀਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਲੋਹੇ ਸਟੀਲ ਦੇ ਬਾਟੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ। And there's these places that built there to clean the steel ਦੇ ਬਾਟੇ after ਰੇਤੇ ਨਾਲ। ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਉੱਥੇ 11 ਵਜੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਵੇਖ ਲਿਓ ਕੌਣ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ। ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਦਾੜੀਆਂ ਮੁੰਨੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ, ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਭਰਨੇ ਬੰਨੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, right? This is our Sikhi culture, our Sikhi principles. Our Punjabi culture is so rich and deep. Our language is so rich and deep. But we've come to the West. And this is an awakening that I had during this time. I never thought, I didn't know about this stuff before. I thought Sikhi was so prosperous in the West because ਅਸੀਂ ਰਹਿਣ ਸਭਾਈਆਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਕੀਰਤਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਸੰਥਿਆ ਕਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ, there's so many parties. But now I'm realizing ਕਿ someone could do ਸੰਥਿਆ of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, right? But ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅੱਖਰ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋਣਗੇ, right? ਪਰ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੀ ਮਾਂ ਬੋਲੀ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਜੁੜਿਆ ਹੋਊਗਾ। Until ਅਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੱਸਦੇ ਤੇ ਖੇਡਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ, ਹੈ ਨਾ? ਤੇ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਚਿਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀ ਧਰਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਮੋਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈਂਦਾ, until we don't go to India and say, oh, this is disgusting, I have to use this gross bathroom, or why is this cow pooping there, or why is this happening, right? ਜਿੰਨਾ ਚਿਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਦੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਨਾਲ, ਉੱਥੋਂ ਦੀ ਹਵਾ ਨਾਲ, ਉੱਥੋਂ ਦੇ ਗੋਹੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਹੈ ਨਾ? ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦੀ ਗੌਰਵਮਈ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਆ, the richness of Sikhi, we can't experience it. And
yes, Punjab has so many issues, just like a jungle has so many threats. There's so many threats in a jungle. But when you're being attacked, there's so much more resistance that you have to put up with.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out the full podcast on our second channel, BOS TV.
And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Let's get it to 10k subs.
We're here outside the Houses of Parliament where today MP Bob Blackman has made some concerning statements referring to Sikhs as terrorists.
So we are harbouring Khalistani terrorists in this country right now. So can we have a debate in government time on what action we can take to ensure these terrorists are held to account and banned in this country?
This is devastating to hear from a UK Member of Parliament, especially at a time where racial hate crime was on the rise. This kind of rhetoric undermines the values of unity, diversity and inclusivity that the UK prides itself on. We have a question for you, MP Bob Blackman. What does a terrorist mean? If it's someone who's fighting for their rights, fighting for their identity, fighting for their people, fighting for their language, fighting for their economy, then by that definition, most people would be terrorists. Under Article 1, Section 2 of the UN Charter, it states that all people should have the right to self-determine. So by your definition, would you classify the UN as terrorists or the people of Scotland and Ukraine as terrorists? Labelling Sikhs as terrorists is not only factually incorrect, but also sets a dangerous precedent for the Sikhs in the UK. It promotes a negative and false image of the Sikh community, which could lead to more discrimination against us. This is especially harmful as Sikhs have contributed so much for Great Britain. Sikhs have a long history of serving in the British military. We fought alongside the British troops in both World Wars, where in World War I, we made up 20% of the British Indian Army, and we have continued to serve in the British Armed Forces to this day. The Sikh community is known for its generosity and selfless service. Sikhs in the UK have been actively involved in various charitable initiatives, including food banks, blood donation drives, and disaster relief efforts. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Sikh Gurdwaras and volunteers worked tirelessly to provide free meals to those in need, regardless of their background or race. This service embodies the Sikh principle of langar, and due to this, Sikhs even received the Queen's Award for voluntary service. It's important for us all to stand up against any form of discrimination or oppression, and we encourage everybody to continue promoting unity in our diverse society. It's essential to recognize that supporting autonomy and basic human rights for communities worldwide is a crucial aspect of a just and inclusive government. We stand in solidarity with communities like Ukraine who are fighting against oppressive regimes. Likewise, Sikhs have every right to speak for their basic human rights in their homeland of Punjab. We demand an official apology from MP Bob Blackman for his harmful and unjust remarks. We also urge all members of the public to write to your local MPs to highlight this issue and promote understanding, tolerance and respect for all communities. Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji ki Fateh.
We from the West are looking in at our motherland and we can see what is going on. We can see the reality of the situation for what it is. And my brother, I tell you, look, I value my freedom here, right? I've got little children, I've got a family, I want to go home to them. But you know what? They can shoot me in the head for speaking the truth. So we're out here to say if you can't speak there, it's our responsibility to speak for you there.
What I'm trying to say is we got to unite in India and fight for our freedom. I can just ask you one simple question.
Yes, sir.
Now, as you know that there is a strong movement outside India.
Yes.
What about the inside India? I believe there's not much interest in the Khalistan inside India.
So you're saying that there's a movement of...
Movement outside
What
India.
kind of movement? Can you
NRI.
What is your understanding of it?
My understanding is that NRI Sikhs are really protesting about Khalistan.
Okay.
And yet the Khalistan movement in Punjab itself is not that popular.
And let me ask you, what is your background yourself?
Well, my background is I'm from Tanzania.
Tanzania, okay.
Right, I lived there for 40 years.
Yes, sir.
And at the moment, India is progressing really well.
Yep.
Economically,
Yep.
financially, everything.
Yep.
It's the 5th largest power, as you know.
Okay.
Right? But what I'm saying is that if you really want a Khalistan, you should form a party in Punjab, right, and get the actual Sikhs voting for you,
Okay.
so it can be represented in Lok Sabha.
Okay.
See, this way you won't achieve much because they're not taking notice. As you know, Indian government is quite powerful now.
Yes, I agree, yeah.
You see? So what is your answer to that?
So let me ask you, are you aware of what's the current state of Punjab right now? What is going
yes,
on in India?
I know the state of Punjab.
So what is the state of Punjab? You tell me.
It's in a terrible situation.
Okay, why is
because
that?
we got drug problem.
Okay.
We got all sorts of problems there.
Okay, and whose fault is that? Whose responsibility is that? What is the cause of this war against the Sikhs?
The cause of the war against the Sikhs is, of course, this Hindutva business. I know that.
Okay,
because
so Hindutva meaning the ultra-naturalistic wing of the Hindu religion.
That's
not
right.
the common Hindu, not the 99% of the good people. We're not against man to man. We love the regular Hindus, but we could say the KKK version of what the Hindu religion would be, the RSS. Would you agree with that?
I'll agree with that. What I'm saying is that we Sikhs in Punjab should form a strong party and represent the Sikhs in Lok Sabha.
Okay, let me ask you this: Have you heard of Bhai Amritpal Singh?
Yes, I know. He's been arrested.
And why has he been arrested? What have you heard? What do you know about him?
Well, I know it's wrong what they've done.
What is wrong? Tell me.
Well, the thing is, he went there and he's been protesting about Khalistan. And the biggest problem I find is that the Khalistan movement, I believe, now I don't know how far it's true, is getting either funding or support from Muslims.
Okay.
Like Muslims want separate Kashmir.
Okay.
And as you know, our history is dead against Muslims.
Okay.
It always has been.
Okay.
Right?
I'm just listening and understanding where you're coming from, yeah.
So
what if I were to tell you that this movement is not about a separate nation whatsoever? It is simply about fundamental human rights, which are indoctrinated and given to us by God themselves.
Yeah.
And you yourself has said the nationalistic RSS government of India that controls the powers that be are to blame for the drug problems, the decimation, the war on Sikhs through your own words yourself, right?
Yes.
And Bhai Amritpal Singh did not come there to make a separate country. Where his power lies and why the government do not like him is because he's there to help get the people off of drugs, get them off of alcohol, get them back onto the path of righteousness, get them living good, decent lives, and actually provide all of India and starting with the region of Punjab, our motherland, the glow of freedom which was promised to us over 40, 50 years ago. And this is not freedom only for the Sikh people. As you know, Sikhs are barely 30 million people in population, barely 2% of the population of India itself. So we're not out there fighting for our freedoms. In Punjab, if you yourself are agreeing that Punjab is under siege and the culprit is the government of India themselves, right? That Amritpal Singh and his congregation, the Sikh nation, is actually trying to wake themselves up and stop being murdered or out of the millions, stop leaving Punjab, make Punjab a better place, not only for the Sikhs, but our Hindu brothers that live there, our Hindu sisters, our Hindu families, our Muslim brothers and Muslim sisters. We're not against Hindus, we're not against Muslims, we're not against Christians or Jews or anybody. In fact, we will stand up for the rights of everybody. So all the people living in Punjab, if people like Amritpal Singh succeed, the movement succeeds, it would be for the liberation of the oppressed. The people are being oppressed right now. You mentioned that you believe that this movement is from outside forces being put in. I take you to the example of a frog being boiled alive. If we have a frog here and we have a pot of hot boiling water and we dump him in there, he will scream for his life and say, "You're boiling me, you're trying to kill me." However, if you take that same frog, put him into nice lukewarm water, he'll sit there loving it, and you turn up the heat, over time, that frog will boil alive because he will not realize that the temperature has got so high that it has killed him. Such is the situation in India. Why you say that there's not much of a appetite for this movement over there, that is because there is literally a propaganda machine, a machine of the government and the media working in conjunction to spin a narrative to say that Sikhs that look like me with turbans and beards that are actually out there to give our lives for humanity regardless of caste, religion or class. We don't care who you are, we love you because we believe that you're a creation of God and we will fight to defend you till our final breath. So this is not Sikhs protecting Sikhs, this is Sikhs protecting humanity, right? And because we have this attitude, the government wants to kill us and they are out to get us. So we are trying to save ourselves before there's nobody out and there's nobody left to fight the good fight. So my brother, And you know what? Here today, you and I have freedom to speak. Today, as we speak, in the year 2023, not 40 years ago, not in 1984, but today, as you and I stand here living and breathing, there's a blackout in India. In Punjab, they've killed the internet. If they were out to get one man, right? Why did they?
It's only for one day, I believe.
No, it's still going on. It was out for 2 or 3 days, and only now, regionally, have they started sporadically putting it on, only because they got pressure. Where from the pressure? Outside of India, because commerce was being affected. Normal businesses of all the people of Punjab were being affected because they need their mobile telephones to conduct business, because commerce were being affected in regions that they deemed appropriate. They turned the internet on slowly, here by here. If you're out to get one man, you have a force of 80,000 police officers. You send in the army and additional forces. You couldn't apprehend one man, yet you shut off the internet. Why is that? Because you are an oppressive regime that wants to stifle the glow of freedom for an entire population. So you are saying, why are they sleeping there?
Yes.
Most of them haven't even understood what is happening right now. We, from the West, are looking in at our motherland, and we can see what is going on. We can see the reality of the situation for what it is. And my brother, I tell you, look, I value my freedom here, right? I've got little children, I've got a family, I want to go home to them. But you know what? They can shoot me in the head for speaking the truth. So we're out here to say, if you can't speak there, it's our responsibility to speak for you there. You say that they're being funded by X, Y, and Z, Muslims, this, that, the other. No. This movement is self-funded by, first of all, Sikhs are some of the richest people in the world because we come through atrocities and pain, and we fight with our very dying breath to make something of our lives, to work hard and give back to humanity. We help others. We're one of the most charitable, by statistics, people there is. So we don't need outside money to fund anything that we have. We have enough money ourselves to fund everything that we need to do. So we don't need anybody's money. We don't need anybody's support. The only person's support that we need is one being, our Guru. If we stand with truth, if we stand with righteousness, our Guru, as you know, I'm sure, is Satguru. Satguru Nanak, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, Guru Granth Saheb Ji Maharaj. If we have Akal Purkh, Waheguru Ji's, the timeless Lord's protection and blessing, then the whole world can be against us. We will stand and fight till a very dying breath, and we will carry on and persevere. My brother, they say that we're only off to Punjab. I tell you, since 1984, we have not wanted our own separate nation. In 1984, they were fighting for the Anandpur Sahib resolution, which was simply asking for the public freedoms guaranteed under the Indian Constitution to all of Punjab. That includes the Sikhs, the Hindus, the Muslims, the atheists, the blacks, the whites, the whatever. We don't care who you, if you're there. But what have they done? They have not given us our basic freedoms. They've ripped away our water supply. They've ripped away our infrastructure. They have not put money into roads, into education. They have drowned us with drugs and alcohol. And then we have the goal to say that we are to blame when we are fully under attack. And sir, if we had gotten the basic human rights afforded to us under the Constitution that we as a nation fought to liberate India from the British, you agree? The Sikhs fought for India, not because we want a separate nation, because we want freedom for the whole of India. So we love the whole of India. We gave our lives. We've proven that we love you, that we love everybody, the 1.5 billion Indians. We love them all. We gave our lives already. This is proven history. And guess what we wanted? Not our separate nation. We wanted a place in the north.
That's the impression we get, that you want a separate Punjab nation.
My sweet
That's
brother.
what they are protesting there, that we want independent Punjab. You don't want to be part of India. What I'm saying is, you should be part of India and have a strong movement inside India.
Okay.
You see, that's what I'm trying to say.
So let me tell you right now,
we don't want a separate state.
Sir, so
you see, that's exactly what I'm saying. Look at what happened in Pakistan, for example, when they partitioned. Look at the state of it.
Okay.
We are better off being united and fighting for our rights in India.
Let's talk about the perfect world now, right? If the Indian government says, right, Sikhs, you have your freedoms, you have your rights, you can have your language back.
Yes.
We live in Punjab. Guess what the national language of Punjab is? It's
Hindi.
Is Hindi.
Yeah, I know.
How is the national language, the language spoken in the schools and the government buildings, Hindi in the nation of Punjab? What is it? What is it in Gujarat? is Gujarati, isn't it? Why haven't they forced their language on there?
That's exactly what I'm saying. We got to be strong to argue our case.
My big brother,
you see,
let me explain to you.
We got to be strong. This is a strong party there.
Yes.
Our parties are very weak.
Okay, so
like this which is Suba party or whatever.
Okay,
we are very weak inside India.
Okay,
and yet we are very strong outside India.
So my big brother, let me explain to you. A lot of the, like, let's say you talking in motte terms, fat figures. 90% of the leaders there right now within the region of India are implanted by the government. They're not our authentic leaders. Because
why don't we form?
I'm explaining to you what's going on. Okay. Then we can talk about a solution.
Right.
So our own so-called leaders haven't done anything for 40 years because lots of them are puppets of the powers that be. There's it's a $1 billion industry to control humanity, right? So then we have a leader that stepped up by Amritpal Singh. The first step would be get these people off of drugs, get them off of alcohol, get them praying, get them walk in the path of righteousness, have them be blessed with Amrit, have them love each other, have them be powerful, right?
Yes.
And guess what? Let's say India said, have your rights to your language, have your rights to your freedom, have your rights to your water, have your rights to self-determination, have your rights that are afforded to you by the constitution that you killed yourself for. If the Indian government said that today, there will be no separate nation. So you yourself said that the Punjab is fighting for independence. We are fighting for independence of freedom, independence from oppression. Right. If they stopped oppressing us and gave us the glow of freedom that we are sorely due and overdue, there would be no separatist movement. We're not a separatist movement whatsoever. We're an inclusive movement. Because separatists would imply that Sikhs are trying to take over the Punjab region and kick out the Hindus and kick out the Muslims. How can we be 2% of the population and want to kick out a majority of the population? No. We want to ensure that the majority Hindus, majority Muslims and the Sikhs living in the region of Punjab actually have the glow of freedom, the freedom that is supposed to be afforded to them, that they don't have. Why do you think a lot of the Sikhs and a lot of the people are fleeing Punjab, fleeing to other cities, fleeing to other countries, becoming NRIs? It's not because they don't like the smell of the land, it's not because they're not in love with their homeland, it's because they see that they're being killed in a silent war, my brother. So, if the government says, have your freedom, guess what? This talk about separatism goes away. But because the government is proving to you that they will go to the lengths of, in 2023, for over 40 years after 1984, just under 40 years, that they will still use the same tactics that they used to commit the Sikh genocide of 1984, where they killed tens of thousands of common Sikhs. People like me and you, we have this conversation in Punjab, boom, bullet to the head, gone, disappeared. There was this man named Jaswant Singh Kalaa from Canada, right?
Yes.
You know about him, right? They were trying to figure out how many people did they actually kill in the Punjab region in 1984 and the years subsequent. They couldn't figure it out because the Punjab government made a blackout like they're doing right now, killed them all, didn't tell anybody, dragged their bodies, disappeared them. Then they figured out, let's actually count up how much wood has been used in funeral pyres. They did the calculation of how much wood has been sold for funeral pyres in these mass cremations, and then they mathematically proved tens of thousands of people disappeared and killed. Our nation has been destroyed psychologically within Punjab. If your family lived in Punjab in 1984, your father was killed, your brother was killed, your mother was raped, your daughter was killed. You're sitting there thinking, I've got no future. They've destroyed my property. They've destroyed my family. They've destroyed my religion. They've demonized me. They want to kill me. They hate me for no reason other than that. You will turn to drugs and alcohol. You have no other choice. What are you going to do? You're going to... I swear to God, these people out, the young people of the youth of Punjab, imagine the country that they're living in right now. They come out in pure warfare. They're out there. They've been decimated by the millions. They've been destroyed. And they still have the gall to stand up and say, I'm going to make something of myself. I'm going to fight to make something. But guess what? There's no good infrastructure. There's no universities. They have to leave Punjab to make a life for themselves, my brother. This is all to say, now we demand our own rights. And if that takes the form of our own nation, we will fight to the death for our own nation, not to hurt anybody, not to hurt the Hindus or the Muslims. Let me make that clear. When we have our independent state, because that has been bestowed to us. Sant Janal Singh Ji Khalsa Pindrawale in 1984 said, we're not asking for a separate nation, but if you attack us in the Golden Temple, you would have set the cornerstone for our nation. The government attacked us, and the government said, we bless you with your nation because we attack you, we kill you, and then because of them, now we need our own nation. After 40 years, 39 years, you could say that we think, you know what, let's still try to work it out. But the action they have taken now, in the year 2023, that's going on right now, with the blackout, they've taken not only one man, Amritpal Singh, they've taken hundreds of other Sikhs, taken them off the street, disappeared them, blacked out the nation. So what's going to happen? It's a repeat, my brother, it's a repeat. But the message is, we don't want to hurt the regular people. We're not gonna. In fact, we're gonna protect you. So you know what's gonna happen? Let's say the Sikhs get their own place, right? We're about freedom of religion. Our 9th Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur Saheb Jee Maharaj, literally gave their Sikhs their head to protect the Hindu nation. You know that, right?
Yes.
The Hindus were going to get converted to Islam forcibly by a select class of ruling Muslims at the time. The Hindus came to our Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur Saheb Jee, save us Guruji. Guruji said, a great being is going to have to give their sacrifice, their head, themselves, for this atrocity to stop. Our 10th Guru, who was a child at the time, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, said, Dad, Father, you give yourself to protect them. What does that teach us? That teaches us that Sikhs are about protecting ourselves, about Sikhi, but also protecting the Hindus, the Muslims, the Jews, any other religion, freedom of religion. We're not going to be sitting there and say, you know what, let's turn everybody into Sikhs now. We're not a conversion type of religion. We are a let live religion. But right now, they are not letting us live. Let's just talk about the farmers' movement. That was not a Sikh movement. That was an all of Punjab movement. What does that mean? That the Hindu farmers, the Christian farmers.
Together, yes.
So what does that mean?
Yes.
Well, who do they get? They were together against the unlawful, evil laws the government were trying to put in place. And because the farmers, regardless of their religion, a lot of them happen to be Sikhs, but regardless of the religion, all got together and said, we're going to fight these people. The government started thinking, hang on a minute, Punjab is not dead yet. We haven't destroyed them yet. We haven't broken their backs yet. We still have people there that are willing to fight us. So that woke them up. But they let it go for a little bit. Still, they took our leaders. They killed Deep Sidhu. They said it was an accident.
Yes.
But the one person that is standing to unite people and lead a protest and lead an organization and lead a movement, he is the one people out of all the others that happen to get in an accident. That's crazy. His successor, by Amritpal Singh, the second in command, who is now the leader of Waris de Punjab, right? They couldn't give him an accident too, because that's a bit too obvious. So what happened to him? They disappeared him. They sent 80,000 police officers to get one man, and they said they couldn't get him. They made a blackout through the whole of India, through the whole of Punjab, blackout the internet, so you can't communicate, your mobile phone doesn't work, to get one man, and they said we couldn't get him, but we got all his mates, we got all his brothers, we got hundreds of people that had nothing to do with anything, but they're righteous people, they captured them, right? Why the blackout? Because if common people like us know, they're going to start talking and say the government's up to no good, let's stand and have a protest. They don't want open communication. You know that, my brother, right?
Yes, sir.
Because they don't. So that teaches you, that shows us, not with a veil, the veil is lifted. Our eyes are open. We can see that the government is oppressing us, not covertly, overtly. A few years ago, we were protesting the disrespect of our Guru, Guru Granth Sahib Ji, the embodiment of God on earth. Our scriptures, they go into our Gurdwaras and they actually burn our scriptures. That's like killing our father. You know how much of a disrespect that is, right? The Sikhs, rightfully so, within the remit of the law, we go on protest in the street. What is our protest? Peacefully sitting there and praying, Naam Simran, Waheguru, Waheguru, Waheguru. What do? They get their snipers and shoot our children. This is what we're up against. This is what they're doing to us. And my sweet brother, you're saying to me, why you think that the people of Punjab are sleeping. No, they're wide awake. They are afraid. If you're a mother in Punjab and you know your hardworking child that you barely have got to become this big is going to get decimated by the government themselves for being a decent human being, you'll try to hide that. And guess what? Because there's no future there, they get hooked on the alcohol and the drugs, which is funneled into that state. But right now, the Sikh nation is under attack itself. When I say the Sikh nation, I mean Sikhs across the world and in Punjab are under attack. So if my house is on fire, I'm not going to throw water onto a building 500 miles away. I'm going to first put out the fire in my house, save my people, and say, all you people I've saved, let's go save the rest now. Let's go save the rest. The Khalsa has never been about the Khalsa. The Khalsa, the army of God, is about servitude to humanity. You know that. We're about, we don't care your label. We don't care if you call yourself a Muslim, a Hindu, a Jew, a Christian, an atheist, a Buddhist. Be who you are. We love you regardless. Someone hurts you, we'll protect you. That's what you know that's what we're about. Raj Karega Khalsa, we will. This is a prophecy. It will happen. What's going on right now today? This is the awakening of a sleeping giant. Lions will roar. Blood will give our blood, so you don't have to give yours. You want our blood? Come and take it. We'll give our blood to protect yours. That's what Amritpal Singh has done. He accepted death. His brothers and sisters, the people with him, have accepted death. You know that, brother. They've accepted death when they gave their head to the Guru.
Yes.
We're saying to the rest of the people already dead in drugs, dead in alcohol, dead in lives. If you're dead already, why not, before you actually leave this physical body, give your head to the Guru, become liberated yourself, and help liberate others and serve humanity. This is, at the end of the day, the Khalsa is about serving humanity. But if the Khalsa is on attack, we need to save ourselves now.
You dealt with my questions very well.
Okay, sir.
And I appreciate that.
Okay,
What's
sir.
your name, by the way?
My name is Gurmat Singh, sir.
Thank you very much indeed.
God bless you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji ki Fateh.
But the question was, how do you plan on saving Punjab? Because it's called Saving Punjab. So I don't know if they're being serious or.
Yeah.
But how do you?
Research. From the research, we have solutions, and then the solutions are then those organizations or people that are already doing stuff to kind of guide them, to strategize with them, and ultimately, if nothing's happening like that, then we open a local air. And where every single person is investing in their bins that we would hopefully like to oversee.
This is already kind of been touched upon, but again, just a quick fire. What should be done about Christian conversions?
Again, let's not focus on what they're doing. Let's focus on what we're doing, and seeing that everyone has a right to follow whatever they want to follow. But if we've obviously got some problems within our own dharam. On how we're doing prachar or where we're at the moment, and that's what we need to focus on, and on our prachar and making people fall in love for Sikhi like we fell in love with Sikhi.
Yeah,
like there's obviously a gap somewhere on them understanding.
We should show Sikhi rather than sell it.
Absolutely, yeah. Actions speak louder than words.
How can you save Punjab sitting in diaspora?
Yeah, I think that's one that we get asked a lot, as in, how are you going to do anything from sitting over here? And I think at the moment, we're not saying we're just going to save it from here. We're at a very we've only been around for a year or two. We're at the very teething stages of what we're doing. We're still kind of building upon how we want to tackle this. And when we've got the strategies, the sustainable solutions in place, we're not going to carry the solutions out here. They're going to be over there on the ground. So it's about getting to the average Punjabi Sikh person there and getting them to carry out.
And it's exciting you said that, Faisal, because you've only been around for such a short time, but there's still so much you've done.
Absolutely, yeah.
So there's so much potential, right?
Yes.
This is a good question. Western Sikhs going back to Punjab, how realistic is it?
But if it happened in Israel, why can't it happen to Punjab? As in, do you guys like going to Punjab?
Love
it. So why wouldn't you go? And even if it doesn't mean that we go live there forever, but we have a space where we live there 6 months a year and we invest back into our Punjab there.
Just going off topic, even like at my sister's school, they're like the Jews, they invest in sending kids from schools over to like the concentration camps. And so it's all funded, and then they see it, and then they go back and teach the rest of the class.
Yeah.
Why are we not doing that for Punjab?
Yeah, absolutely. We need to be sending our youth here to say, go experience Punjab, go feel Punjab live. Like I said, because there's a huge link between Punjab and Sikhi and understanding. If there's so many things that we wouldn't understand unless the geographical area we understand that. So many examples the Guru Sahib gives in Barni.
For how many years does Punjab have water reserves, if you know that fact?
So Punjab's water reserves in terms of, I don't understand the question.
Groundwater level.
So Punjab's groundwater, the whole topic in itself. So Punjab had 5 rivers, Jhelum, Chenab, Indus being the kind of further left one, Beas, Satluj and Ravi as being Punjab's 5 rivers. When the Indus Water Treaty happened in 1966, 2 rivers were left in Pakistan. 1947 when India was partitioned. So Jhelum and Chenab was left in Pakistan. Ravi kind of comes in and out of Pakistan. Punjab's then waters, so the Punjab, Satluj, Beas and Ravi were kind of, because Haryana and Himachal were broken away, the dams was kind of stopped Punjab's water outside of Punjab, the Pakhara Dam. And 75% of Punjab's water at the moment is being diverted. So I think it's 17.17 million acre feet of water that is naturally allocated to Punjab annually. And out of that, Punjab is only getting 24.5% of it.
Wow. It's kind of touched upon this earlier. Is Khalistan a solution to all the problems?
Like I said again, I'll go through it again. If you had control of your borders, would Nasha come in? If you had control of your borders, would language be an issue? Would Biadabi be an issue? Would all these things, like, I think the problem is the central government is in charge of Punjab directly, indirectly, and it doesn't have an invested interest for Punjab. It cares about one thing, and that's the economy. And if what we care about is the heritage, the language, and kind of the 75% of our Qawm living there. So ultimately, if you had your own homeland, then you would invest more in that.
And sorry, just to touch on that more, at macro level, all the politics and the laws, right? But on a micro level, each individual should live up to the Khalsa Rath, right? And to the Khalsa Jeevani, and then they can increase their area of influence, right? And just by doing that, the individual can make a big difference.
Sikh is walking, talking Khalsa Raj. Where a Sikh stands is Khalsa Raj. That's what Guru Sahib, he gave us that philosophy, because for us, it's not about, when we say Raj, Mara says in Gurbani, says, Raj na chahu, mukt na chahu, man preet charan ko milare. So we don't want Raj for ourselves. We want Nanak Raj. Nanak Raj is the kind of Sach and the kind of the prevailing of the truth. So when we fight for that Raj, Mara says, what's the jag in front of us? Man jeete. It's nothing to us, isn't it? The world is nothing to us. We just want the Dharam to flourish, and for that you need the Raj. So when we talk about Khalsa Raj, we're talking about Sach, and Sach being throughout the whole world.
And a final question from the Sangat is, what are the solutions to the issues you create awareness about?
Again, I think we've touched upon a lot of the solutions. The solution for me, the final message is get back in touch with Punjab. As in, your own parents, know your parents, know what the issues are, know what the solutions could be to them issues. Any questions, you guys reach out to us anytime, any place. If you want us to create, we do talks on awareness on Punjab's issues, camps, Sikh societies, wherever you want, we'll come and deliver a kind of crash course on what's going on in Punjab at the moment. But ultimately, we are not going to save Punjab as an organization. We're going to save it as the next generation of Punjabis and Sikh and investing back in Punjab. So unless you start doing that now, doing your own research, seeing what, helping us with research, doing your own. And I think that's really important that we start understanding, the actual scale of the issue, how deep the issue goes, what we potentially could do to kind of, because you guys might have a solution that I might not even have thought of. So we need to kind of, touch base, think about, have these think tank events where we sit down and think about solutions and strategies. But ultimately, to save Punjab, everyone needs to start doing the effort. There's 12,000 pinds in Punjab, and I'm sure everyone sitting in the diaspora is probably from some pind or another. They just need to start investing back in. And if we give the program of what these kind of things that we can do, whether it's education or it's environmental or sustainable, just to start off on a small step that everyone starts doing these in their pins. And I think that's how the next generation needs to be in touch with Punjab. Because remember, this is not home.
So, Bhai Saheb, just to like wrap up, maybe for someone who's listened to this podcast, what is like a few practical steps they can do? Where would you direct them?
Firstly, understand the problem. Like I said, if I'm going to London and I'm looking at a map, if I don't know where I am, how am I going to get to London? Understand where we're at the moment. Awareness is key. So look at our social media pages. We're giving facts weekly, daily.
So shout out, what is the...
Saving Punjab.
Yep.
So at Saving Punjab on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, our website, savingpunjab.org. So look at the kind of understanding the issue, because if you understand, then you can take it forward. And I'm a candle. If I've lit 2 other candles today, we might light thousands of other candles. So awareness is key, understanding, sending that message on of this is what's going on with us at the moment. Because from that you get, and someone once said to me that, a candle you might think it's small, but all it takes is one little flame to set a forest fire. So like by Kalaa I used to say in it, Punjab ek deepak diye nahi aaye, that be that light that challenges that darkness as such. So create the awareness, pass the message on is the kind of key step at the moment. Understand the issue, do your own research, don't just take our word for it. And let's now start looking as the next generation of how we can better Punjab. Because we're going to do it. The older generation came here, they did what they have to do for survival. And, no disregard to them, they did it so that we could now survive. And now we're in a position now where we can give back to Punjab. So let's do it. Whether it's through the environmental issues, the social issues, or religious, like Basics to Sikhi, and other organizations out there that want to do Prachar, let's do something for Punjab.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out the full podcast on our second channel, BOS TV.
And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Let's get it to 10k subs.
I'm not from here, but it's very hard to me what you said.
Yeah.
I'm Jewish.
You're Jewish, beautiful.
Yes, I'm Jewish.
Waheguru, beautiful.
My husband is Indian.
Okay, Waheguru, okay.
Yeah, he born in India.
And does he have a particular religion? Or is he not into religion? Or is he Jewish now? Or?
He's a Jewish.
Beautiful, God bless him. Good.
But everyone, we have a one God.
Yes.
We have a one God.
Yes.
So it's very hard to me what you said, that this man in present right now, he's sick.
He's more than a Sikh. He's actually empowering the Sikhs. He's waking up the youth and waking up everybody. So the government sees him as a threat. The government sees him as a guy that's actually creating more like actual real Sikhs, right? So that's the threat of him.
I hope he will free soon.
And my sister's like, what name do you know God by? Yahweh? Hashem.
Yeah.
So guess what? We have the name Waheguru, and our core and true belief is the one. So Waheguru and Hashem is the same.
The same, yeah.
Yeah. So we're not one of these people who say, cut yours off and come join us. We're saying be as strong as you can. So your Indian husband, he's lucky.
Important that we will be good people.
Yes.
That's the important.
And take care of each other.
Yes.
And have commonality.
I would like to tell you something. I was there, and your people, your country, your language, so politely.
Thank you.
Really, so politely.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
The whole, we believe that religion and our Sikhi is actually a technology that takes the ordinary person, even like myself, an evil, I know myself as I'm full of lust, anger, greed, attachment, and ego. That's my innate disease, you could say. And this is the disease of the human condition.
We don't have the ego.
Yeah, and if there's a disease, there is a cure, which is the name of God.
Yes.
So we literally take the name of God as a medicine, and that makes us from disease-ridden into a saint. So that's our goal. So and once you're saintly, a saint soldier, then you have the desire to serve not only your people, your country, but humanity. And that's our. So one day, you know, there's wars in the Middle East. There's wars all over the world.
We know that. I live in Israel. I know that.
So our hope would be in the future that we're so strong that we can come fight and protect the weak, not for anything special apart from righteousness. So whoever's on the right of right, you know, not for the people that want the money or the power or the abuse of others, not the people that are keeping them under the thumb. You know, we want to make ourselves so strong. So in that process of strengthening ourselves so much that when the world cries out, who will help us? That we will say, we will help you. And then they will ask why? Because it's the right thing to do. Humanity. That's who we want to be. God bless you. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Thank you, my sisters. God bless you. Thank you.
Take control of the morning so you take control of your day. Own the morning so you can own your day. Start your day right so the rest of your day falls into place. Schedule that time. It's more important than anything. Sleep 30 minutes less if you need to. Give this to yourself. Are you happy with your life? Are you where you want to be? If you answered yes, turn the audio off. Now, if you answered no and you want to grow, keep listening.
Start every day with at least 5 minutes of powerful energy. 5 minutes of positive energy first thing in the morning can change your entire day. And if you can change your entire day with consistent, positive thoughts, you can change your entire life.
Can you do more? Can you be more? If you know you can be more, you need to commit to being more, and you need to start now. You need to commit now to start every day with the mindset of someone who loves life. The mindset of someone who is going to win the day no matter what happens. You won't lose. You will win, or you will learn. You will win the day because you will set your day up to win.
Your first job as soon as you rise is to give thanks. Give thanks you are alive. Give thanks for everything you do have. Give thanks for everything you usually take for granted. Set your intentions for the day. Set your goals for the day.
Give thanks in advance for the things you want. Put that intention out into the world. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the amazing opportunities coming my way. Thank you for the character I showed today. Thank you for every smile today. Thank you for every laugh, every moment of fun. Wake up with intention by setting those intentions the night before. Wake up with only positive intentions. The morning is not the time for phones, not the time for work or problem solving. The morning is the time to get in sync with what you want. Create an unbreakable morning routine, a consistent routine that will soon bring consistent results.
Ask yourself, how do I want this day to go? How do I want to feel today? How do I want to treat others? How you start your day is usually how you're going to live your day. If you started believing it's going to be a great day, chances are it will be. If you start your day with the intention you are going to be happy today, no matter what happens, chances are you will be happy, no matter what happens.
If you don't start your day off in the right mindset, at the first challenge or test, you will break. You will respond with negativity rather than positivity. And what are the chances of challenges showing up? Probably around 100%. So make sure you are ready for those challenges. Ready with an unbreakable spirit. Ready with a positive mindset. Ready to redirect any negativity. Get after the life you want. It is a must. Don't let it get away from you. Run after it. Plan your day. If you know where you're going, you will eventually get where you need to go. If you have no direction, you will end up in the wrong section. Successful people have intention and they have direction. They know where they're going. That is why they get there. The most important thing to do first thing in the morning is get yourself in a powerful state. If you're in a great mood, you will produce great results. You will have a great day. The better your attitude, the better the results you produce. The better your attitude, the better you can handle, overcome, and thrive through challenges and difficulties that come your way. So get yourself in a great mood. Do whatever it takes to get that feeling first thing in the morning. Whatever works for you, meditation, reading, gratitude, music, exercise. These are all good options that get you in state. When your mind is positive and clear, you can handle just about anything, can't you? And when you can face challenges with a clear mind, they lose their power. They no longer halt your progress. They no longer have a strangle over your day or your life. You simply choose the best way to move forward and move on.
Most people don't start their days like this. Most people aren't happy. Don't be most people. Be the minority who start their day with positive expectations. Look at yourself in the mirror and repeat to yourself, today is going to be a great day. No matter what happens, today I will see the good. No matter what happens, I will do the right thing. No matter what happens, I will give my all today. Today I will give my best, so tomorrow will be better.
We all have the same amount of time, but some people make the most of it, and some people drudge through it. Make the most of yours. Live with a smile on your face. Believe you are deserving of a great life, and get out there and create one.
If you change your thinking, you can change your life. So how do you change your thinking? Well, how do you change your body? You change the body by changing what you feed your body. You change your body by changing how you work your body. The same is true for your thinking. Change what you feed your thoughts. Feed it with positive affirmations and beliefs. Feed it with new knowledge on self-development. If you learn how to change, you will change. Work out your mind with books, with audio. Books and audio that expand your existing mindset into something greater. Grow yourself by learning more. Grow yourself by doing the things successful people do.
No matter what this day brings, a challenge, a miracle, an unexpected blessing, whatever it is, I am grateful for it.
Affirm to yourself every day, today will be a great day. Something magical will happen today. Something truly amazing will happen today.
Don't be afraid of missing out. Be afraid of being in the exact same place as you are now. 1 year from today, 5 years from today, 10 years from today. Struggling to pay the bills, struggling for energy, struggling to find that passion in your life.
Visualize what you are going to do today to get more out of your life.
Do it every day. And every day, you will love the life you have created for yourself.